Hi, I'm Reverend Marisol Caballero from Texas. I'm Assistant Minister right now at the First Unitarian Universalist Church of Austin, Texas, and an active member of Drum. And I identify as a young adult and a lesbian, a Chicana, a Tejana, and I'd like to talk a little bit about how where we are on our journey toward wholeness. So, yes, we've come far since people like to think of Selma and the Black empowerment controversy, and last year in Arizona. Yes, it's true, we're doing great work. However, we have a lot of work to do. There are still so many congregations that don't, they identify themselves as a welcoming congregation, and they're committed to working on LGBTQ issues. There are very few who identify as an intentional anti-racist, anti-oppressive, multicultural congregation, where it's plain to see on their website. We're working toward that right now. And there are even fewer who have done work in white privilege and anti-racism and breaking down those systems of oppression as an intentional effort on the part of that congregation. Within the system of the UUA, we have a very far journey ahead of us. When I came in 2003 as a young religious professional, as a seminarian, we were in pretty bad shape. And we're now, I believe, in worse shape than we were then. We have a hard time. Of course, Drum is no longer funded. We no longer have Why Are You You, which was a way to connect to youth and young adults of color when they would show up to Why Are You You events. We could find them that way. Reverend Monica Cummings is doing a great job, but is having difficulty finding the youth and young adults of color. Drum is struggling with funding right now. We can barely hold conferences anymore, and that was the whole point, is to get together face to face and see one another. So we've got a long road ahead of us. I've seen us take a step forward and several steps back year after year, and it's discouraging. I don't even know we're getting new people into our congregations, new people of color, but I don't think that's necessarily because of anything that we're doing intentionally. I think it's because more and more folks are falling away from the churches of their upbringing. We're growing into a more and more progressive world and more secularized world, and so the young people of color are seeking an alternative, but they're still sometimes the only one in the congregation because the congregation isn't doing multiculturalism either at all or well, and well means through an anti-racist, anti-oppressive lens intentionally. I mean, I am newly ordained, woohoo! And I've been in this movement since I was 2 years old, and I still am told, your name is too hard to say. I think I'll just call you Mari or Marisol instead. Then I say, well, Marisol, there's a shortened version of Marisol, it's Mari, everyone calls me that, you're free to call me that, and I make a joke, it rhymes with gaudy, it rhymes with haughty, it rhymes with potty, and people say, oh, I can't roll my R's. Well, it's not an R sound, so I get that. I get asked, what's your nationality? I often answer Texas. I'm Latina, but it's just another reminder of why are you different from me? Why are you here? How are you here if you're different from me? I jokingly say that the subtext of that question, what's your nationality or where are you from, is is why are you not white? So, yeah, we've got a long way to go. My experience is not unique.
Thank you.